ఖైరతాబాద్లోని మోక్షగుండం విశ్వేశ్వరయ్య భవన్లో తెలంగాణ స్టేట్ ఎనర్జీ కన్వర్జేషన్ అవార్డుల ప్రధానోత్సవంలో ప్రస్తుతం గవర్నర్ మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. లైవ్ లో చూద్దాం.
For any residential complex in the city, unless part of it at least is not run on solar energy. This is an absolutely mandatory regulation and the GHMC must really carry it out sincerely. Even in the case of multi-story apartments, after all, people who are buying crores of rupees would not mind spending a few more lakhs if we have to sort of install some solar energy panels for solar energy. While initially the cost might be a little on the higher side, but even that I think has come down these days. Solar panels have also become less expensive. Over a period of time, I think the costs are covered by the charges that we pay for power charges. So I think the GHMC should pioneer this exercise in the Hyderabad city and all other metropolis also. I would request the concerned municipal authorities to take this as a sort of determined initiative to ensure that every dwelling place has at least part of its energy covered by solar only. Otherwise, clearance should not be given. Even for the existing buildings in Hyderabad, I think it's time that we serve notice and tell them to sort of go in for part solar energy in the complex and sort of otherwise I think we need to take drastic measures. I don't think we can keep on persuading people. It is now time that we go in for drastic measures and tell people that it is necessary in their own interest, because power is not available all the time. And the power thus saved from many of these sources, we can use for industrial development, we can use for other purpose, for industries which require it. In fact, many of the industries also are going in for a lot amount of renewable energy. I congratulate them also. Toshiba, for example, has taken the lead. Many of the people are doing it. I think we should really, all the industries also, we should persuade them as far as possible to go in for solar. The other issue is agriculture. Even the field of agriculture, I think we should persuade our farmers to have small solar pumps, because now water is going to be available and I think solar energy must be given. I know Mr. Prabhakar Rao has personally, I think today if it is Asto Ma Sadgamaya, from darkness unto light in Telangana, I think much of the credit goes to Mr. Prabhakar Rao. I am personally aware of his pioneering effort in ensuring it, because there was a time when people thought Telangana will be drowned in darkness. Alas, that word has not come true. I am so happy about it. As a governor, I personally feel very happy about it. And I would also like to inform this August gathering that Rajbhavan in fact was one of the first institutions in Telangana which really initiated solar energy. And today, I think we are almost on 100% solar as far as Rajbhavan is concerned. I started this because I said, unless I do it myself, I will not be able to preach about it, because people might say, what about Rajbhavan? So that is why I started it with Rajbhavan. So now I can stand with courage and request people that you need to go in for renewable energy. And it has to be made mandatory. There can be no two things about it, because as I told you, thermal energy or hydro energy is not going to last forever. And unless we have enough power in sense of power and power in sense of real power also, I think energy becomes critical. Yes, we can, and also purchasing power becomes very expensive. Prabhakar Rao knows himself how expensive it becomes to purchase power, and that money which is conserved, we can always use it for development purposes. You must understand the spin effect of renewable energy. We are able to sort of, instead of buying power every time, because till we become self-sufficient in power, we are trying to install some power plants in Telangana. It might take a few years, but I think to that extent possible, those power plants must be used to serve the industrial costs rather than domestic costs. The other thing that I think we need to do is to sort of collect the power charges on a regular basis. I think this is one other area I think where we are probably in deficit. I'm not sure, but I get a feeling that many people are not paying their power charges properly. I think we should insist that power charges are paid, because unless payments are made, nobody is going to feel the pain. Pain will be felt only when people are made to make the payments for the power consumption. And then they'll realize that going into for renewable source of energy will be more profitable. I think all of us have a great responsibility in this sphere. It is not just one person or 2%, but the entire state. For that matter, as Ajay Mishra was just now mentioning, that in the All India this thing also, we probably got an award for the maximum solar energy that have been put into the state. We have added on, I think, a huge amount on solar energy, and we are also recognized in All India today that we are one of the most forward-looking states in terms of renewable energy. And I want this to sort of improve further. And the next conservation award, I think we should say that we are almost, the state is completely on solar or renewable energy. That is my dream, and I'll be very happy if that can happen next year. And as I told you, every one of us here in this August gathering has a responsibility towards this. It is not one institution or two institutions. It is not just the TS Redco which has to do it, but I think every one of us has to pitch in into this and do it. And I'm sure we will do that. And you will realize the benefits of it, because it is also going to have a component that's on health security. Because if there's going to be less pollution, there's going to be better health.